Shout out Big Steve.
What's up? Early tease, UFC 304, big card, London, beautiful. Looking forward to it. Much better fights than watched a couple of hours ago, I guess. We're gonna go how much money we made, how much money we lost, what did we learn, and then I'm gonna bring on DogFather once again, a sharp guest, and we're gonna look into some good leans. Last week the leans were great. I didn't get to put out a final podcast for UFC. My apologies. I just flat out. I said I would be focusing on UFC, but then I took on board Octagon and KSW, my two favorite promotions, just so I could do a nice little podcast with TEASE, a regional podcast. It's been a while and ended up being a crapshoot. One bet each. KSW bet was a dud. But we'll go over it. Let's go over it now. And yeah, did we make any money? Yes, we did. That's always the good news. Where do I start? Cage Warriors technically starts first. I'll go through KSW. So KSW, I mean, what is there to say? One bet. I'll just bring sit in my face. It's just close. Here we go. We've got some unwanted guests already, but that's fine. Everyone is welcome. Alrighty. Laptop working overtime. So KSW, I mean, Domin, I got one really sharp boy from Poland in the Discord, and he was banging on about Domin, and yeah, I should have tailed him. He was basically fading Ramos sub. He just seemed like a freaky. He's got the freaky powers, I knew Domin was going to grapple him, and I knew he was a purple belt. And yeah, good on him. He showed that Ramos is a fraud, like we all thought on the regionals, but I was just a bit freaked out. There it goes to 7-3. So just passed there. So the only player I had was Denis Gorniak. I thought he was a really good, talented fighter. He used to be a light heavyweight, and now he's a heavyweight. Great hands, lots of boxing. I was gonna pass. It was Marek Somachik's always a fade, but it's like you gotta fade him at dog odds. Dennis could have run through him. Anyone that gets submitted by Philip Stawawi, it's a red flag. But yeah, apparently Denis Gorniak dropped him and then ate a couple leg kicks and he just folded over. That's the issue with these guys. I had questions about his ground game and can he get how he fight outside of round one, and yeah. So I donated 460, not even a quarter unit. It was just to poke on Bet Online, right? Just so I don't have regret. Smilovsky, I said I'll parlay him. I didn't. I chose to be responsible. Velson Paya beat Marseille Kaziesko. Me and Dog were saying that the Russian or the Slovenian Dagi would have beat him. That would have been the best bet on the card, but we lost. Unfortunately, KSW had a ton of. These are all short notice. They're all passes, and I thought Damien Yankowski had some value, but yeah, he lost. So one bet, maybe it was forced. Low level heavyweight. Would have loved some unders on that card. Octagon. People were saying Octagon was better, KSW was better. In terms of high level, I guess KSW was more high level, but actually, no, definitely Octagon. Octagon, pass on the female fight, pass on the Milan Detlaninka. I actually retaped it thinking that he might have really quick finish upside. 14 seconds. I missed out on that one. Pass on Magad, pass on Novak. I'm glad I passed on Novak. A bunch of the boys were on Rusal. Pyotr Variniak was the only bet I had. $2.40. I didn't feel amazing about it. I didn't even want to play $2.20, $2.10. Ended up being a split decision. Apparently it looked horrible in round one. It was really close. So I didn't even give it to the Discord. I couldn't even get, what did I get? I got like 500 down. 550 to win 770. It's something. I'm glad I passed on Alexander Alvarez. I really liked it. I liked Lucas, but passed. Yep, all passes. And yeah, probably played at a much earlier line. Yeah, I just didn't like how he can be slim margins sometimes, but luckily Torres came in with aids. So yeah, 770 there. 310 after Octagon and KSW. Let's go into the UFC, shall we? So this, I barely taped this card. I didn't get much time, unfortunately. With the I was training Cage Warriors last minute. Oh, that's right. I should probably do Cage Warriors. Completely forgot. So Cage Warriors, this was like one day to tape the whole 20 fight card. Luckily, I know these guys. Did what I could. used Pierce's thoughts. But yeah, missed out a bunch of these fights. Elliott, Baranda, pass. I played Mazeo and Mahadi and what else? Another money line. I regret passing. Oh yeah, Giovanni Scott. That was a split. Bit lucky there. I won like $400 there, and then I had another totals under parlay for 1,500. I think it was. It was what the hell was it? It was Web under, which lost. It was Greenwich under, which hit, and what was the other under? Oh, it was the female plus money under. The chick that knocks everyone out. Riri Hudson. So that's annoying, you know. That under the plus money in itself was a good bet. But I forced it with freaking Web, the piece of shit. So yeah, there was about break even there. Lost one parlay, won one parlay. And then I ended up playing Quadrian last minute. I woke up 5 a.m. I ended up catching his fight with Maya. I thought it was really impressive to beat Maya. I saw Loof, you know, win 10-8 round one, but then he got backpacked by Aiden in round two, Aiden Steven. You know, Loof is like a close fighter. You know, he goes to split decisions. He went to a split decision with a Ukrainian. So $2.90, I thought Quadrian was a no-brainer. I played it to win 1K, half a unit. So I ended up 1,200 there. The 200 was a little bit from the parlays. So yeah, not much, minimum tape. And then let's move on to the UFC now. This was a tough card. Thomas Peterson, I circled back and I retaped it. But, you know, after that, Pepe and stuff already ruined the line. So I was like, oh, Pick'em feels accurate. So I passed. Obviously, he should have been slight favorite, 30-27. I didn't know if it was going to be fight smart because he showed me that he's stupid against Pogues. But props to him. You know, he striked a lot more. I was going back and forth with people in Sherdog. They were saying, I gave them my early tease so they can watch, and they were like saying, "Oh, how can you like Peterson?" I'm like, "It's not a bet. It's just the first tease." You know, they were saying he doesn't have any striking, but yeah, it looked pretty good left hand. And yeah, Luana Carolina passed, caught a couple of fights, decided not worth it. I was taping as I was watching. Trey Ogden, I ended up having 1,000 on Loic. Yeah, a little bit tilting. Every time I play these pick'em fights, my guy seems to have all the finishing upside and seems to beat the shit out of the other dude, and then he just loses a decision. The last one was Noveni in Bellator. Dalton Rosler just held on to him round 1 and 2, and then almost got finished. That should have been a 10-8. So I might have to stay away from these just donating. And they all seem accurate. Like this played out, kind of pick them. And it's also a bit annoying that, you know, round 2, they didn't care about damage. Tragan was just eating shit for 3 minutes. But anyway, passed on Miranda Maverick. Happy about that because I was really tempted by Barbosa. Passed on the under 1.5 Kelleher. That was annoying. I also liked ends in sub. Emil, pass. I ended up playing Choi, $3. Really happy with that. Minimum tape. I just said there's got to be some value. Locked it in. Happy. I won $1,000 there, so I broke even now after the Loic donation. Bruno Silva. I like Bruno Silva. Me and Dog said it was a dogger pass. I ended up passing. So halfway through round 1, I turned on my Bet365. I remember thinking, man, Cody's beating the crap out of him. He looks like Floyd Mayweather. And I turned on my Bet365 expecting minus 200, and Cody was $2.25 still. So I live bet it. I called up. By the time I got my bet down, it was $2.10 plus 110. Put $800 to win close to 1,000. And I'm like, man, this is killing him. And then he wins it drops him in round 2. I'm like, man, finally things are turning my way. You know, now I'm going to be up $1,000 right before my Steve Garcia play. You know, it's never that easy in gambling, as we saw. One uppercut and third and losers. Kurt Halbo pass. I'm glad I was really close on Kenyan. I thought, you know, fight nerds and not short notice. Betting a 37-year-old with bad takedown defense. You know, just how bad is Kenyan's wrestling. And Steve Garcia, biggest bet on the card, I had 3,000 in something. I wrote it down as 3,000 to win 2,000, but I had like 3,000 something to win 2,200. I was going to, what do you call it? I was going to reduce. I just felt like, man, I'm annoyed about Durden and stuff and Loic, so I just let it ride. Yeah, I'm not really gonna lose the $3,000 under 1.5. That's my specialty. So that put me 1,500 up. And Werner Lemos passed. Yeah, definitely should have live bet Werner. For some reason, Werner was plus money in round 2 as they were staring at each other, and she clearly won round 1. So yeah, that was a little bit annoying. So 1,500 there. Lost $500 on Paul decision. I think no regrets there. That's the best I could have played it. If I played the over, it would have been chalk, and he still would have missed. So, yeah, 2,500 for the week, just a little bit over a unit. It is what it is. I'm happy. I'm gonna go back on focusing on the UFC from now on. I think that's the way. And me and Dog were talking. I think that's definitely the way. Better reads, more data, and it should be good. Send me a link. Is this the real DogFather? No, I don't think so. Some guys in here trolling me. No, I'm kidding. I will send them the link now. I just I don't like people sitting in the background while I'm doing my reviews. Puts me off. All right. Wait for him to join and go with some comments. What do we got? A sigh-fueled mountaineer. Just here for Dog. Yeah. Todd Holland. What up, Steve? What up, Todd? Thanks for listening. Gabriella. DogFather's so hot right now. Yeah. So they say. Ban on sub going to feed millions. Lucky Tim. Interesting. Something to look into. Tim is unwanted guest. Nah, Tim is all right. Uncle Weezy, the man. Hey, Steve. Job bless. Hope all is well, my man. It is. It is. It'll be a lot better when I sleep at the end of this busy day. Working? All good? Let me know if it's working. Alrighty, let me get this this other card on. So UFC 304. What a card. Great card. Here we go. What's up, Dog? You're muted.
What's up? I'm here in the flash. Is it in the flash or is it in the
Can't hear shit, dude. I don't know what's wrong with your mic. It sounds like you're underwater.
Is it in the flash or is it in the flesh?
It's in the flashlight, I think. Depending on what you're talking about.
The flash? Oh, okay.
Flashlight, yeah. So in the flashlight. Do it in the flashlight. We might be talking about different things. Hey man, you good?
Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yes, unfortunately I can. Have you recovered from that pounding you took about half an hour ago?
Yeah, from Kurt Holloway not finishing Krzyzewski. Yeah.
Man, the guy has it out for you. Sometimes there's these fighters that just have it out for you. I have them. You know, you bet them and they lose, and then you fade them and they win, and you bet the unders and then they make it go over. That's Kurt for you, and who is it for me? It's currently Trey Ogden, but there's been others.
Trey Ogden's my my new favorite fighter. He's made up for everything he's done to me. So
yeah, I mean, you want to bet? That's good. That's
my first bet.
Yeah, first and only. He would feel like a special fighter to you after today, just like 1 in a million. Anyway, let's stop talking shit. Let's go into it. Big Bird, thoughts on Shiraz quadrant run to 50K? I don't know. Apparently, only sharp people are on him. Alrighty. So, Modestas Bukaskis. By the way, the only tape I've done before, I've done a bit of tape for all these early teases. All the tape I've done for this early tease is getting halfway through the countdown show, which helps. Yeah, that stuff helps. It reminds me of how fighters fight. But anyway, that's the Bukaskis, Marcin Prachnio. I mean, he's the favorite. Arlene Bukaskis, Marcin Prachnio. Man, I got roped into playing Devin Clark at chalk against my better judgment. You know, these are those, as Wheezy would say, these are those plays that makes you look in a mirror and just wants to spit in your own face. But yeah, I think Modestas should be the favorite. This is going to be a shit show fight. Like, they're just going to kick each other and dance around each other for 3 rounds. I don't know, man. At first glance, this feels accurate. We don't have totals. Last week we had totals. It was a bit more interesting. What do you think about this fight?
It's got to be like an overs GTD fight. You know what I mean?
It's going to be disgusting odds. I can feel it.
It probably won't even be worth playing. But
and Modestas says he has sneaky power, and I'm still waiting for Prachnio's chin to get cracked. Prachnio's my guy in terms of every time I bet something, it goes the other way.
He's honestly has this weird thing of like making fights really close though. So normally when he fights, it's like I try to stay away from betting the favorite, unless it's like a squash match. But yeah.
All right, let's move on. Let's save some time then. Shona Bannon, Elise, Adelian. So I looked into this Elise chick because I heard she's got cake from you, I think it was, and she does. But that's not. I'm not bullish on that. She gives me Aline Perez vibes. So I don't even know what the odds are. So maybe you can give me a lean on this. But I'm gonna go open up best fight odds.
I don't think there's a line yet, but it's. I mean, I don't know what Bannon's going to be, to be honest with you. She's definitely going to be the favorite. I just don't know how big. I actually don't. I had to look at some Elise tape for research purposes. Might have done some additional research for more research purposes. But I will say she's scrappy. Like she fights for your money, and Bannock's not really a good separator. So to be honest with you, there might be some value on her if they give us a really big line, because I don't really rate Bannon.
Man, wiki capping this, it's just horrendous. That level of competition, other than a random Weili Zhang on there, and Diana Belbita. She got submitted by Diana Belbita, man. This is red flag city. Yeah, this is probably gonna be one that I'm not gonna focus on when I circle back around. All right, let's move on. Making good haste. Good job. Sam Patterson, Kiefer Crosby, massive favorite line. Yep. What are we gonna say here? It's gonna be an unders probably.
Max bet on Sam Patterson's submission.
Yeah, like usual. It's probably gonna be juicy though. Submit it all, mate. Line S, and then, but he's still hittable, man. Kiefer Crosby's gonna come out and crack. Yeah, the under. What do you reckon? Under 1.5 probably gonna be minus 200. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, Patterson's under in his last fight was like minus 165, I think, minus 170, which was fine. Decent. Yeah, it'll probably be around the same here. So I don't know. Probably pass or under, or Patterson sub. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't play Crosby. I mean, I just don't like him. I can't lay juice on Patterson because he's hittable. So I do kind of rate Patterson. I feel like he's going to settle in at 170. The dude's massive. Like, everybody was worried last fight that Lioness was going to be like, too physical for him. And like the first grappling exchange, it was just like, it was over,
Yep. Yeah, I might have to look at some unders or under 1.5 or Sam Patterson submission 1-2, some rubbish like that. Alrighty. Kyrax is right. Don't need tape, just vibes. Correct. Hey, that would have worked. I've been saying this for weeks now, since I started this early tease. That would have worked. Every single early tease lean that we have, my guest or myself, seems to be accurate. So maybe we're just gonna stop taping and lock shit in, Wheezy, DogFather killing it with the research. Correct. I heard that he wasted a lot of time taping at least this week. That's why he's got no input on any of the other fights. Actually, the only other fight that he taped more than that was the Molly McCann fight. So look into it. He went deep on the Molly McCann footage. SC for all. Shauna Bannon looks like a slutty bartender who works in a local pub. Not bad, though. Look, to me, she just looks like every chick in London or Australia, from Bondi Beach or something. Who needs tape when you can just listen to your favorite cappers? That's right. Well, they all suck. I wouldn't listen to too much YouTube, to be honest. It ruins my leans as well. It ruins my leans. All right, Alban Elliott, Preston Parsons. So people have strong takes on this one. Parsons' line's been going up and down. I try to fade him against old mate. What's his name? The bum. Semmelsberger. And Semmelsberger pretty much wobbled him whenever he hit him. He just couldn't hit him enough for me. But yeah, he's decent, Beating Evan Elder is impressive, even though that's extremely short notice. And Semmelsberger fight was back and forth. He's still chinny. But is Alban Elliott going to take advantage of that? A lot of people shit on this guy. But I mean, yeah, he's not amazing. I've been saying he's not amazing. I faded him on Contender. He pulled it out of his ass. But he's Preston Parsons at -2. I don't even know if he's -200. What is he now? At any chalk, is either side. I don't know about that. And against the grappler, Oban Elliott. I don't know. I really don't know about that. If anything, this feels accurate. If you really favor Preston Parsons, it feels accurate. But I think Oban's improving, man. Not the worst. What do you say?
Yeah, I hope there's more steam on Parsons. Personally, I like Oban here. He's definitely improved a lot from his prior tape. I actually gave this a look because I heard some bullish takes on the Parsons side, and they're playing like minus 150s range, and I'm like, am I missing something here? Because I don't feel like this is a spot that I favor Parsons to like 65%, like 70%. And I taped it, and I don't agree. I mean, I think this should be, if anything, a pick 'em. I mean, Oban's younger. He has better cardio. People forget that Parsons doesn't have the best cardio base at all. And if anything, Elliott has fantastic pace, cardio, toughness, heart, a lot of things that can give Parsons issues here. So he's younger. He's training full time. I kind of like the guy, to be honest with you. If there's anything he's going to do, he's going to go out there and fight for my money. So I don't mind him as a dog.
Nice. Yep, we agree. We even without any tape, that was my first reaction. No way. So, yep, that's probably going to be number one to look into. All right, Mick Parkin, Lucas Bresky. Ain't no way I'm laying this line on Michael Parkin, the minus of minus EVs. But, he's got that calf kick. Look, people have been playing Bresky for a hot minute now, and I've been missing out. I didn't want to play him against Walker just because of the massive physicality and takedown and power upside. I think he kind of lucked it out there. But got the shit beat out of him by Carl Williams. Got knocked out by Waldo Costa. That was a beautiful bet. I love that one. But yeah, against Mick Parkin, a guy that can't seem to bust the grape. I think Lucas Bresky dancing around him for 3 rounds with, minimum finishing downside and minimum, get taken down a mold like Walter Walker could do downside. I think you would get my money, man. I think you get my money. Like, obviously, I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm still extremely low on this guy. But there's got to be some value. Look at Muhammad Usman's fight. I just taped that recently, obviously, and look how competitive that was with Mick Parkin. If he doesn't get those leg kicks going, the man is just extremely unimpressive. Machado, Pogues, Bresky, the bottom of the bottom barrel. So dog or pass, and whenever it's a Bresky fight, I always go Bresky decision instead. This guy can't bust a grape. So what do you think? Maybe the overs will be surprisingly good here. Actually, no, probably not.
I have the same read. Overs, Bresky decision. Ain't no way in hell we're playing Mick Parkin. I don't see him having much. I mean, maybe he could land a takedown, but I don't see him having much grappling success. Bresky's shown like he's actually not the worst. Like he doesn't have the worst get up game for a heavyweight, and he's got decent cardio too. So I don't hate him here, to be honest.
No, the get up's actually quite good. That's
Yeah, like Carl Williams had to take him down 1 million times to like win that fight. So,
yep. All right, we agree. Let's move on.
I think that's when you kind of have to wait. Like I think you just wait that line out though, because we might get something like crazy on Bresky where you just have to play it.
Do you think there's a chance after tape we're going to want to parlay Parkin? Probably not.
No.
Fair enough.
Not after watching Mo Usman get touched up by a left hand for 15 minutes today.
Yeah. But that was southpaw. Hey, up to this day, I say underrated striking by Peterson. Alrighty, Colin Loran versus Jake Hadley. Interesting fight. This is as cage warriors as it gets right here. Both these guys were cage warrior prospects. Hadley moving up. Not really a fan of the guy. He's quite flaky to me. Front runner. Moving up in weight shouldn't be a massive issue. Back-to-back losses, Cody Durden, Charles Johnson. I don't know, man. This guy doesn't really have a good win in the UFC. He's big, but yeah, I have to look into his. Actually, no, I don't have to look into his grappling. It's all come back to me. He's got really bad takedown defense. He likes to play jiu-jitsu way too much. So I'm thinking maybe Colin decision, maybe Colin KO. I think the guy has underrated power. He really should have KO'd that poor son of a gun that Dana White irresponsibly brought into the UFC just because he got the crap beat out of him on Contender Series. Angel Pacheco. He's got to stop doing that. Nesta is the other chick that, went to split decision, short notice, and he brought her in. And yeah.
No, that was Judas. Judas is the one.
Oh, Judas. That's right. Hey, Judas surprised me. I didn't expect her to do that well against Fernandez, but yeah, I mean, she's got 2 losses now back to back. It's like they really should have built her up. Anyway, yeah, I think maybe Colin decision. Colin KO. That guy's good, man. He almost beat Taylor Lapilus. He's a step down. Taylor Lapilus actually has get ups and whatnot. So yeah, but it's juicy. The line is juicy, and both these guys are in the hometown. Technically, it's the UK. It's all the hometown to me. Yeah, feels accurate at best. I see some people playing Hadley. What do you say?
I'm a big Lochran guy. I like Lochran. Like I bet him against Lapilus, and I rate Lapilus a lot. So that's how I feel about this guy. So this feels like an accurate line. I hope Hadley money comes in. Yeah, I wouldn't be. You know what? I feel like if we get like a decent, the overprice is probably gonna suck though. So yeah, probably just end up passing on it if the line doesn't come in for Lochran. But I don't mind a Lochran bet maybe.
Yeah. What can you do? It's just so far this the card is Juice City. All right, Molly McCann, Bruno Brazil. Speaking of Juice City, Molly McCann, massive favorite. It is what it is. It's hard to say. I hear everyone going, "Oh, Molly McCann, what could go wrong? What could go wrong?" But hey, Molly McCann, when she's given a bum, she handles him accordingly. The Annabelle beats her round 1. Hannah Goldie knockout round 1. Lana Carolina, a solid fighter. One of the better fighters she's fought. Round 3, spinning back fist knockout. She'll run through these bums, and they've given them a bum in Bruno Brazil. Now, can she knock her out? Maybe. Bruno Brazil is at least long. Obviously, I'll definitely be watching the Shannon Bannon fight because that's on the same card. And, maybe I'll rewatch that Loma Lookbook Me fight. Was that more competitive than it should have been? I can't remember now. I know you played that horrible under 2.5 there. Nah.
I mean, Loma's just not like that great of a separator anyways. So like it was always going to be competitive, because she's just not physical, but it wasn't really that competitive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, it's another one of these ones that definitely should be a favorite. Molly's just a dog, man. I think if Bruno Brazil actually had some submission upside, then yeah, maybe the unders. We'll see what the unders are at. Because Molly comes out on rabies in London. She's live to go for the kill. And can't believe she was actually Pick'em, man. She was Pick'em against Luana, and she was Pick'em against Kim. The good old days. Yeah, she's been a money train for me, and I've had her against Julia as well. So, yeah, don't hate on this girl. And yes, someone in the chat says, Sean, 1982, man, you're old. Hopefully that's not your date of birth, but if you are, welcome. Respect the oldies as well. Still drinking on Molly sub, that's it. We all better by sub and inside the distance there too. Molly Paddy parlay system play. We'll talk about that fight. Jono, sorry boys, have to rant one last time about Kurt going for that takedown, burning my under. Don't bring that up with Dog. He's gonna get emotional on the podcast, and this is a manly podcast. All right, Nathaniel Wood, Daniel Pineda. This one, right?
Whoa, hey, let me talk about that fight. What the hell, man?
Oh, did I? Oh, but you were talking about it. I just thought we're moving on.
No, I bet Molly.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I bet Molly at -200 to win $1,000.
Oh wow, this guy right here that I thought was making fun of you is accurate.
What did he say?
He said we all know you parlayed Parkin with Molly Meatball.
No, but I did play Molly McCann straight because I think that she's going to beat the crap out of her, and I like the under too. So I don't know how Brazil wins the decision with her takedown defense and her striking defense as well. Like how's she gonna win like a head kick? Like I don't really or a guillotine. I don't really know how she wins this fight if it goes to decision. So I'm gonna play Molly and unders. And I feel like that's the way to go. So yeah.
It's a setup. They know what they're doing. They always do the same thing with Molly in London. So I would agree. Steve, hit the wrap up button before Dog can speak. Yeah, I'm saving it for the right time. Now, Nathaniel Wood, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted on my own show. Every early tease, I have a fight that I want to look into. So I looked into Peterson before I even done an early tease, and unfortunately didn't circle back. And this is the fight. Now this line right here, tell me this is not wild, right? Anyone that loses to Muhammad Naimov cannot be this much of a favorite. Right, that's just wild. Yes, Wood is really good. He's an animal. You know, he's just technical, good wrestling, good IQ. But the man has never fixed his striking defense, and you know we're seeing him get dropped by everyone. Somehow didn't get dropped by Charles Jourdain when I bet him. Charles Jourdain is one of those fighters that's the bane of my existence as well. These are all the fighters are just coming back to me now as I'm going through topology. I bet Andre Fili against him in London. You know, decent sized underdog. He was minus 200. And I kind of didn't like it because I had some good bets. That was when I was in Europe this time last year. I didn't like it. And everyone's like, no. You know, Fili's going to be valued, but it's just going to lose. And it's in London. And I was like, man, they're right. These guys are right. I probably shouldn't have forced it. It's going to be clear 28, 29, 28. And then I watch Fili drop him in round 1 and round 3. And I'm like, you know what? I have no regret. This was if someone told me the Fili was going to drop him in 2 different separate rounds and then lose a decision still, a unanimous, I wouldn't believe you. But that's the kind of fighter Wood is, man. He just gets dropped by everyone, no defense. So Daniel Pineda for the first round can kill anyone. This guy's a savage. He almost submitted Bruce Leroy. He's I don't know if he's on all the juices, but he seems to be a bit revamped. Man, we haven't seen him fight since USADA went away, and I'm not a narrative guy with USADA and all that crap. But the more I'm seeing it, Aldo and just one after another, and I know they're still testing, but it just keeps happening. So yeah, this is wild. This is obviously I think the under might correlate with Daniel Pineda. So as soon as it gets out of round 1, I think Wood is just Pineda's gonna fall apart. But yeah, this is a wild line. Ain't no way I would parlay Nathaniel Wood against someone like Pineda. I think this is a dangerous fight in London, unless Pineda's just gonna throw in the towel and just roll over. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know what to think about the line. I mean, obviously the line's pretty crazy. I don't think Pineda's like that bad, but I just don't know where he's at. Like, it's hard to get a read on the guy. Like, I mean, I guess the Caceres fight wasn't the worst performance looking back on it, but I don't know. I just don't know what to think of him at this point. But it's like what, like plus 400?
It's $1.20. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Honestly, I'd rather parlay Molly McCann, dude. If I'm being honest.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather parlay Molly McCann for 100%.
All right. So, you feel like the under could be the spot?
If it's like an under 2.5, yeah, probably under 2.5 would be fine.
No, I'm thinking 1.5, but yeah, if it's a 2.5, then it's a smash spot. But I don't think bet online. I know Dave is listening, my number 1 fan. I don't think he's going to put it out. 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be 1.5 because of Pineda, but I mean, maybe it's like slight juice to the under on a 2.5. That'd be nice. So, like, 60%. I mean, yeah. Then you're trusting Wood to finish, and it's like you might end up just making it annoying as hell, which I wouldn't be surprised.
Calf kick and whatnot, but man, I've seen Caceres hurt this guy. I've seen Andre Fili hurt this guy, so that's all I need to see. Alrighty. Cease for all. Of course, Pineda is juicing. Yes. Aussie Fight Fan. What's up, Dogfather? What's up, Steve? What's up, my friend? Someone in my own time zone. Alrighty. Mohammed Mukayev, Manuel Cape. That's actually crazy that this is not on the main card. That's wild. Pretty good card. I'm excited to look into this one. Pick him. I think a bit of money came on Mukayev. I get it. We all know Manuel Cape does nothing, but I was hoping the money would go the other way. Just because all the hate that Mukayev was receiving, everyone's like, Cape's gonna knock him out. He's gonna do this. He's gonna beat the crap out of him. Mukayev shit, and then the money just keeps coming in on him. So yeah, I'm excited to look into this one. This is a high level fight. Good odds. Obviously, I said I would not be betting any more pick'em fights. So we'll see. If I don't have a strong lean here, if it feels like it's going to be like the Alex Perez fight, I probably won't touch it because that was kind of pick'em. But we'll see. We'll see. This is going to be clear moments versus constant takedown control type of fight. Mukayev seems relatively durable to me. Maybe he gets dropped. I don't know. I think Carp is like a more dangerous, lethal version of Alex Perez, but Alex Perez is a killer. Probably has better takedown defense. What do you say?
I get why the money's coming in on Mikhaev because the tape of Cop on his back is just not that great, to be honest. So, and he looked like in the Pantoja fight, I mean, he's not opening up the strikes because I think he's just like afraid to get taken down so bad. And if there's one thing Mikhaev's going to do is shoot a million takedowns. So I think he's the deserved favorite. And if there was some opportunity to get him at plus, I'd probably go that way because I think he has a little bit more of upside. I think it's a little bit of bias because of the Perez fight, but I think Perez is like a just as tough of a matchup as Cop, to be honest, here with how much grappling upside I think Mikhaev could have.
I think Perez is reliable not to do stupid shit. Like he's gonna come forward and he's gonna calf kick you, he's gonna throw, and he's gonna stuff all your takedowns. Carp, you just don't know. Like Carp, I played him at Juice a couple of times, like against the Warwick, and he was just on his back all the round one, and then he's lucky he got that Kimura, and then he's playing basketball in round two, and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Stop playing basketball, man. Anyway, it works out. It usually works out because he's levels above most of the ranked flyweights. But yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of that Pantoja fight. I played Pantoja there. There was a lot of hype, but I think he's improved a lot since then. At the Nicolau fight, he showed some good wrestling and get ups. I think he's got good submission defense. He defended the guillotine quite well against Nicolau. So yeah, I got to look into this one. Interesting fight. And at least it's a high level fight, so I don't have to start with some of these bum ones down the bottom. But yeah, I'll definitely I'll do the at least one for sure. That's on the list first. Maybe circle around a couple of times on her fights. Alrighty. Arnold Allen, Giga Chikadze. I mean, massive chalk on Arnold Allen. I'm not a fan of Giga. I hated him since day one. Been fading him since day one. Obviously, a couple of times, horrible bets when he just kicks Cup Swanson once. But tell me if I'm wrong. A Cup doesn't look massive value there if that gets out of round one. With the pressure and the boxing. But anyway, yeah, he's going to be gassy. He's always gassy. I think I live bet Alex Caceres after round one, and then he broke his arm, which was sick. Pretty much everything I live bet turns to crap these days. Cody did improve it. But yeah, what am I going to do? I mean, it's a dog or pass, but Giga Chikadze is never going to get my money. I have to rewatch that Arnold Allen versus Evloev. I remember him getting wobbled a bunch of times on the feet by Evloev. We never see anyone get dropped by Evloev, so I don't know what that's all about. Do you have any sort of pre-tape lean here?
Yeah, I bet Allen at minus 200.
And the Juice Father this week. What's going on?
It's a pay-per-view, you got to get with the times.
Did you look into it, or was it just like a blind?
No, I taped it. I bet it at minus 200 because with the early lines, it's going to move. So I bet it to win $1,000. So with the early lines, it moves. It's minus 250. I taped it this week when I in between just, some of the fights because I wanted to look at it. And yeah, I think Allen's kind of got him covered, to be honest, especially with the cardio, the durability. I think the Evloev fight, he kind of just got hit with a weird punch while he was expecting a takedown more so, and got stunned because he wasn't expecting it, more so than him just getting rocked. He's historically been really, really durable. He ate a flush elbow from Max Holloway on the button and popped right back up and kept swinging. So yeah, I think he's got Giga covered here, to be honest. I think Allen decision's probably the way to go personally. And overs. Both guys are pretty durable, in my opinion. So, yeah, I feel like this fight goes over at a really high clip, and I feel like Allen wins the decision at a pretty high clip here. So, maybe Allen wraps up a late guillotine or something. That would be sneaky, but I can see him possibly maybe going for takedowns to just win rounds because he's a pretty smart fighter. But yeah, I like Allen. He's super athletic, and I like his upside. I'm really high on Arnold Allen, to be honest. That Holloway performance is aging so well. So, I mean, that was just looking back at that fight. It's just all right, Allen could be one of these guys that stays in the top 5 for a long time, in my opinion, for the next couple of years.
Correct. I'm Yeah, I like him too. A lot of people are shitting on him. People are always trying to fade him with Qatar and stuff. I'm like, can't you see how explosive this kid is? Like, yeah, he slows down and stuff, but he's a savage. He's a savage. But yeah, I do agree. Despite even when Giga gasses, I think he's got extreme durability. I do remember that. He hits some bombs. So, but it's hard not to imagine that the overs are going to be again, like minus 200 or something, where these guys are probably going to strike. It's kind of kind of scary. I faded him with Qatar like a bum. It's all right, man. I didn't want to name you, but you did it for me. Alan has shit cardio. I don't think it's as shit as Giga's. Let's be honest. But yeah, I think that's the narrative from that one fight where he wrestled Yusuf. But I don't think it's that shit, man. I don't think it's that shit. He's kind of back and forth with his cardio. Like, it's inconsistent. Alrighty. Good fight right here. Christian Leroy Duncan, Gregory Rodriguez. This seems a bit binary, like a lot of CLD's fights and Gregory Rodriguez's fights. CLD broke my heart. I played him at chalk in his debut just because I listened to my gut and I was like, this is going to be a bad bet. But Aura, I feel it. He's going to be losing and it's going to look like a shit bet, and then he's going to land a spinning back fist. I just felt like he was special. And right then and then, I'm like, this guy ain't it. That was just a horrible performance. And I thought the same against Dennis Tuluyan up until he got the KO. And then I thought the same against Cody Rivera. But this time I ended up hitting the under. I ended up CLD KO, and I played round 2 KO. So I hit that one. It was beautiful. I wish it went bigger, but obviously hard to go big on specific round props. But sometimes it just lines up, Rivera always slows down around 2, and CLD, he's tough for under 1.5s because he just plays around. There's no process to his game other than like capoeira and taekwondo and rubbish. But yeah, Gregory, man, this guy I think should be ranked. I think this guy can kill anyone with a 1-2. And yeah, it's just binary. Like, is he going to hit Duncan where he's got his hands low and throwing spinning wheel kicks? Is Gregory going to be racking up volume, and then Christian Leroy Duncan lands a spinning back elbow and he just puts him down like Hulk? I got to look into it. I have a feeling like it should be a pick'em, but it's hard not to see Gregory as a favorite over most people in the division. I don't know if you agree with me.
Yeah, I mean, skill for skill, it's like crazy. I think Gregory is the much more skilled fighter and I would say much more, but I think Gregory is definitely the more skilled fighter here. But you have to bake in the chin.
Oh, of course, it's one of the worst. One of the worst.
Yeah, his chin is like so suspect that you have to like bake it into the line. So I mean, whenever Rodriguez fights, I play unders. So I guess we'll see what it is and go from there. Because yeah, I don't know. CLD is just kind of a weird guy to get a read on though, because just how he fights is so weird. I don't understand his striking very well. Like, he just uses long punches and some weird kicks and head movements. He's got his hands down, but he's super athletic. Seems like he could have a grappling hold that Gregory could exploit, but can you trust this guy to exploit it? I know I'll see 8 million tweets and Twitter and YouTube posts about playing Gregory Rodriguez as sub, and that probably would be the one fight to actually play it, because CLD has shown some deficiencies with his takedown defense even back in Cage Warriors. So yeah.
Oh no, we're going back to the sub again. How many?
No, I'm probably not going to play it.
How many fights would that be? So I think some people that we know in our circles will be going on 8 or 9 fights back to back already. Just itching to hit it so they can say they hit
it. My favorite was people playing against Brad Tavares. Like, he's going to be able to get a takedown.
The guy with the best takedown defense in the division. And,
yeah,
rarely gets subbed. Yeah, but you know what? I'll admit, Ian Gary's sub is the other one. It was probably an amazing play against MVP. So
now I will say I bet that one.
We know. You bet that one 7 times in a row, and I think you bet the RoboCop one 7 times in a row. But,
no, I have bet the RoboCop one 7 times in a row. But I definitely have bet the Gary. No, I bet the Gary one a couple times, and but not against Magny, because I thought he was going to KO Magny. But
yeah. When I saw the shorts, the purple shorts from Cage Warriors, I was like, he's got to go for takedowns, because that's those shorts is the last time I've seen him actually attempt to sub. and then he straight away and got onto the back. So yeah, good play, but sucked in. You still didn't win. Whoever played him. All right, Bobby Green, Paddy Pimblett. Interesting line movement. All right, Bobby Green minus 200, and just money keeps coming in. Now me and you, I think you got out, but I ended up having some Jim Miller against Bobby Green. And look, I'd take that so much. And I thought, worst case, it's going to be 29-28 Bobby Green. He's going to get hurt. He's getting old. He's getting cracked a lot more. And man, he was hurt in round 1. And then in round 3, even though Jim Miller was a corpse, Bobby Green got wobbled again and stumbled. And then Jim Miller did something. He went for a takedown. And I was like, man, it was still so close. But then in the end, Bobby Green did beat the absolute piss out of him. That was kind of a levels fight, but there was kind of value at the same time. So I get it. That's the first thing that's coming to my mind. Maybe Paddy Pimblett can hurt Bobby Green or wobble him. But, I mean, does he hit as hard as Jim Miller? Jim Miller's old, but he cracks, man. That left hand. Tony Ferguson, I got to rewatch that. I remember watching it at my friend's house, and we were just, laughing how gassed he was after one round versus Tony Ferguson. And then luckily Tony Ferguson has no takedown defense. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on this line movement, man? Jared Gordon won that fight. Let's just say it how it is, because Paddy has no head movement. And now he's going to be at the mercy of Bobby Green's jab and volume for 3 rounds. And what's his path? To knock out Bobby Green, take him down, backpack him? Bobby Green's an elite defensive grappler. So what do you think, my friend? What's with this theme? What's going on?
I get the angle on Paddy. There's a lot of reasons because, it's pretty obvious. He's younger. He's in whatever. Is this his hometown? Is he from Manchester?
No, he's Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't know the difference. I just feel like they're all the same, to be honest.
They're two massively different cities.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been.
It's like saying I don't know the difference between New York and I don't know Mississippi. I don't even know American cities. They're all the same to me.
See,
I just imagine you guys walking around, shooting guns in the air and cowboy hats and just pegging each other and stuff on the street. I don't know.
Oh, that's what they do in Liverpool. That sounds pretty accurate now that I think about it. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, in terms of the fight, I just feel like this is a weird fight to get a read on. I haven't taped it at all, but going into it, I'm like, I don't really want to have anything to do with it because I'm interested in Green, but then I'm fading Paddy in the UK, which just sounds like it could be trouble.
Well, we've seen before.
That's what I'm saying. I bet Gordon decision there, pretty big, and yeah, that was fun. So
I just noticed someone said to tell you to take your shirt off and he will watch later. Is it too late for that, or is this...
Yeah, it's too late for that. I'm in my bedtime clothes.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully he watches anyway.
I'm in my Snuggies, so.
Yeah, he impressed me against Jordan Levitt. He ran through him. And that's Levitt's not that great. There's a physicality difference, and then I saw Hooper do the same to him, so maybe Levitt's not that good, but Jared Gordon, he had the more eye-catching shots. I guess that's his path here. More eye-catching shots. Everyone in I don't know why I keep saying London. This is Manchester. It's my bad. Everyone's going to be screaming, whatever. So, yeah. But you got to think, Bobby, when he gets it going, man, he loves the crowd as well. When he gets going, he's going to start lighting up Paddy Pimblett. That striking defense. What he did to Jim Miller, I was extremely impressed. Alrighty, let's move on. Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blades. 2 years ago, I was in Europe. I was talking to my friends and family what I do, how I gamble, and then this would have been 5 a.m. in Australia, but it was 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, boys, let's watch some UFC. Show you how Daddy does it. And then Curtis Blades came on, and yeah, call me crazy, call me hindsight Steve, but I felt 10 seconds in that Curtis Blades was going to knock him out. Aspinall was way too aggressive, way too defensively irresponsible, and then he blew out his knee. But Yeah, I mean, this line is crazy. I don't know. I get it. Aspinall just killed Pavlovich and is the interim champ. And since then, Blade was killed by Pavlovich and he showed to be an idiot. And then it was getting mauled by Almeida, then killed him. So I get the line, but it's hard not to want to chuck a little bit on Curtis Blade just for the question marks, just for that chin, the striking defense from Tom Aspinall, potential grapple upside. But I do think Aspinall, has really good jiu-jitsu that we haven't seen as well. We've seen it a bit, but yeah, I think it's his fight to lose, but ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm touching this. What do you say?
Yeah. The urge to bet Curtis Blades grows stronger with every moment that this freaking Tom Aspinall line keeps getting steamed. So I might have to be there, even though I'm not the biggest Curtis Blades fan. But yeah, plus 3XX is insane. Like, Curtis Blades is a really good fighter, so I don't get it.
Am I frozen, by the way?
Yeah, you're frozen. You might have to pay your Wi-Fi bill. I don't know if you've been paying it recently. I can send you some money if you need anything, but
no, I wouldn't dare ask you after today for money. I'm a better friend than that. What I'll do is I'm gonna jump out and you take the main event so I can come back in.
Okay, wow, so much responsibility.
All right, you can handle it. All right, see ya.
All right, I got it. All right. What are we going to say negatively about Steve? Can I check the comments to talk bad about Steve now that we're all here together for this moment? Can we just have a moment of silence for Steve? All right, going on to the main event, Leon Edwards and Bilal Muhammad. The rematch that everybody's been waiting for here. Edwards coming off a title defense to Colby Covington, and obviously the 2 fights with Usman. Bilal coming off of, just Bilal-like performances where he just finds a way to win, like a close decision, essentially. The Brady fight, in my opinion, was super impressive, but it's an awful matchup for Brady. The line on Leon's like minus 200 to 225. I guess people watch the first fight and they think Leon should be minus 225, but I think Bilal's made a lot of improvements. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's what I've been waiting for, my moment.
I'll just block everyone in here. I'm extremely
Get the real host on the show. I've taken over. I'm like, what's the Star Wars character that like
I don't know, Jabba the Hutt. Is that how you talk about?
Oh yeah. No, I'm a Boba. I'm more of a Boba Fett guy, but yeah, the main event. I mean, I'm gonna bet Bilal Muhammad decision. It's inevitable. Bilal Muhammad 48-47 is just inevitable here. At like plus 340, it's like on FanDuel. I don't know how I cannot bet that, so I will be there. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
So
Let's go, Bilal.
I definitely agree with you. I've been waiting to tape this fight. Obviously, I didn't want to. I always get a bit ahead, and I didn't get a chance this card, and that was the first fight. And the line's been flip flopping now.
Wait, a bit of head or a bit ahead? I didn't hear you clearly.
Probably a bit of both. Chewbacca. No, dog is like the reverse Chewbacca, like the opposite. So you got Chewbacca is like his polar opposite, like his evil twin. All right. Yeah, so this is the one. I mean, Bilal Muhammad making a lot of improvements. I get it. I think a lot of this line is getting driven by their first fight. He beat the crap out of Bilal and then he got saved. Mate, it's a 5-round fight. Yeah, he might hurt Bilal because, he's a sharp striker. I'll give him that. But ultimately, I'm not really impressed by it. I think Leon, I'm not going to be one of those squares, one of those jobbers. I do think Leon is really good. I think he was good all the way up to the title shot. He's been a money train. But then, these last few fights, I think Kamaru Usman was a bit fortunate. The rematch, I bet him there. I was going through my little narrative phase. It was in London, I think, and I heard a bunch of injury stuff about Usman, and I played it, and Usman fought really weird in that fight. And I was like, yeah, I knew it. The narrative is correct. The fix is in. Right. And then even then, I thought it was a competitive decision. And they gave it all unanimous to Leon. And all he was doing was kicking on the outside, and Usman was just staring at him. And I was like, yeah, this guy's definitely washed. And then Kobe Covington, I was close. I'm like, this has to be a competitive fight. Kobe will push the pace. He can wrestle. He can strike. He's got good volume, 5 rounds. And then Kobe breaks his foot in the first 30 seconds, first minute. And it's like, what the hell? What's this performance all about? And it's just, I just feel like, and then even then, like, round 3 or 4, I haven't rewatched it, but Kobe was taking him down. And it's like, how can you let him out?
Round 5, Colby ended up on top, like pounding him. Like,
yeah, how can you let a man with a broken foot take you down, man, in round 5? There's something about Leon that doesn't sit right with me. And Bilal, there's a lot that doesn't sit right with me about him, but the guy is good to bet on. He's good to bet on, right? Cardio, good IQ. People say Trey Ogden has good IQ. He doesn't. He just does the same shit every time. I just have to address this. Does the same crap every time. And if you shut down his striking, he tries to take you down. If you shut down his takedowns, he just loses. He just packs it up and loses. But he's lucky that he hasn't no one's punished him yet. But Bilal actually fights different. He fights different every fight. Against Sean Brady, against Luque, running away from Luque on the back foot, countering, a bit like Trey Ogden actually. Against Stephen Thompson, just Khabib style. Against Sean Brady, constant pressure and stuff the takedowns. Against Gilbert Burns, technical striking fight. This man's going to come out. He's going to fight smart against Leon Edwards. He's training with Khabib. Khabib made him not fight like a bitch. And yeah, man, how can you not? Plus 180. I'm going to poke it. I'm not going to play a decision, right? Only recently I've just experienced Charles Johnson decision on the money line debacle. The first man to knock out Joshua Van, right? So crazy things happen. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go around and it's the first thing I'm gonna tape. I'm gonna poke it. It's scary in Manchester, but what are you gonna do? There's got to be value on Bilal Muhammad, right? Have you looked into it when you played it?
No, I haven't looked into. I haven't taped it deeply yet. I actually have a futures bet on Bilal at plus 300, but
you would think that would pay a bit more, right? Surely, plus 300.
No, not a futures bet, but it's like a futures bet on Bet Online. It's like when they opened up the odds. I've literally had this bet in my bet slip for like 5 months. Not even like a Bilal champ bet.
But it should be better though, right? I would imagine that maybe like Shavkat would be the favorite, or like Ian Gary would be ahead of him and stuff like that.
No. It's not like a futures bet. It's like a future events bet. Like the fight wasn't like.
You bet this fight. You bet this fight ages ago. I get you.
Yeah. Like I bet this fight ages ago, but so I already have money line exposure, but I'm gonna add to the decision prop, and I taped it I taped it in between like betting that and the fight being announced, and yeah, I don't know how Leon's anything better than 60%, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, we'll leave it at that. Just under an hour. You want to have a quick look what's on next week? I know there's Cage Warriors, but we don't have odds, so there's no point.
There's a lot. There's Cage Warriors. There's A1. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk about any of. I mean, we've got Fury in like 24 hours, but I haven't looked into anything. I will look into my boy. I know Ty Guida is Guido, however the hell you say his stupid ass name. He's the biggest fade ever. So I might go on my roid friend in Fury main event. I have to give him a chance.
The GOAT, Adam Biggle. He did us well. What the hell? The what? No way. It looks like the Cage Warriors card's on Thursday next week.
Yeah, that's not getting any of my attention. It's UFC.
It's on Thursday. Oh, it's on Thursday because the card's in Manchester, so it's like they're
conflicting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking through the fights now. It looks pretty. Looks like some good fights. It's the return of Harold Cohen, the GOAT. David Scarano is on the card.
Paterno, oh my god, Pagani.
There's some hilarious fights on this card.
Dude, you know what? If I just put another under instead of Webb today, I would have been up like that would have been 1,500 parlay. I would have made over $3,000 just cramming. So I'm excited about it. Cage Warriors, same thing, like 20 fights. Even with shit limits, we can just parlay some squash matches, some squash under 1.5s.
Yep.
Play around with it. Definitely wish I focused more on Cage Warriors rather than Octagon and KSW, but they're my favorite.
Oh my god! Look who's back. Oh my god! Do you remember the guy that we all had like massive Leon Arms under bets on?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I already saw that guy. Straight away, I'm gonna look into his opponent.
You were like, I don't even need to look at this.
Dude, I remember because there's no tape on him. Like, can this guy be finished under 1.5? And like a couple of fights ago, I'm like, yeah, everyone's gonna finish this guy under 1.5.
Oh man, I think I can already see what's happening on that fight. Yeah, this is a pretty good card. Oh, there's Cage Warriors.
Cage Warriors. I thought today's card was a good card, and he just turned it into just a shit show, just squash match after squash. Connor Wilson, Teddy Stringer. This Polish dude is back. It's pretty good. Martin Yoni's younger brother's good. He's probably getting a squash match. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I like the Polish guy. People were giving me crap for betting him at -200 last time.
No, he's a beast. Your boy Diego Dixon is back. You bet him against. Did you bet him against?
I didn't bet Diego Dixon against anybody.
You did, bro. That's the old Brazilian guy. Oh no, you bet.
No, that was somebody.
The over. You bet the over. The over. You thought he could survive over 1.5. Remember?
I gotta remember. Who did he fight?
Stringer or whatever. The guy that just backpacked him, and no, he took his back, and then I was tempted as well. We were saying because it was plus money. We're like, surely this jiu-jitsu guy will survive, and he survived. But then Stringer went to a mount, and then he just pounded him out with like a couple of seconds to go in round one.
Did I bet the over there? I did bet the over because it was like +270. It was like +200 or 250.
Yeah, you were tilted. You were definitely tilted. I remember that.
I was like, dude, this guy just survived all of this to get killed in 1 second.
All the rear naked choke attempts and the neck hunting and then
not even close either. And it's just, what the hell? Oh, ooh.
So our read was right. Our read was right about the jiu-jitsu guy being able to survive, but
not for long. This UAE Warriors card is really good, actually.
Yeah. Our boy Avalos is back for A1 Combat.
Oh, he's the GOAT. I love this guy.
This is a high-level fight, too. Eric Sanchez and Bruno Souza came out of it.
Wait, Eric Sanchez?
Yeah, the guy that just knocked out.
It was in Bellator?
Yeah, I regret passing on him there, man. Against Rosales.
Oh, I remember because somebody steamed
yes, to -200. And Pepe jumped on it, and I forgot, and then
sharp. That's Jacob Rosales at -200. That's crazy. I don't even remember who bet it, but I remember that. Yeah, like it was yesterday.
I'm not gonna say. He knows who he is. CFFC. I don't know any of these dudes. Robert Whiteley, Marquez Forrest, bums.
Oh, that's a good fight.
Yep.
Oh, there's CFFC Friday. So we have freaking Cage Warriors Thursday, CFFC Friday. I'm not taping A1, sorry. UAE Warriors.
Or UFC.
Oh, there's Ryzen.
Yeah, the day after. I'm not bothering with that either. I'm sticking to my UFC mainly thing.
Yeah, this past week was a mess because I just did so much, and I stretched myself so thin trying to tape everything, and then made a couple of stupid bets, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap.
That's it, man. There's nothing worse than regionals taking your hard-earned money. You got so much better reads on UFC. Yeah. So someone asked, what's the fight I'm looking forward to the most? I mean, that's pretty broad, man. It's got to be something on the UFC, to be honest.
I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I know.
I'm not looking forward to Bilal. I'll tell you that. Oh, mate, Trent Girdham is on UAE Warriors, the Aussie guy that loves to get subbed and do stupid shit.
Yeah, that'll be a funny fight. There's some funny fights on that card.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be UFC, and I'm going to go deep on the Cage Warriors because we always get totals and we always get squash matches. So
Yeah, and it's on Thursday too, so you can probably you can probably give yourself enough buffer between the UFC card and then that card that you're not gonna that you're gonna have enough time to get anything done.
Yeah,
to get everything done.
The right squash matches. Just
exactly.
One other under 1.5 instead of bloody wood, not wood.
I'm looking forward to the Shannon Bannon and Elise Ardeline fight.
I'm looking forward to the research. I might go do some right now. All right.
Yeah, go to the Twitter pages for the one. Check, it's not bad.
We're just waffling on. I think we should end it. Todd Old Ham. I remember last time I ate some old ham. It doesn't taste much different. Hey Steve, you should do more original shows. Yeah, I want to, but especially now that I'm not focusing as much on it. Man, I'm a busy man. I'm getting married in February. I'm doing so much crap for it. Yeah.
It's so hard to tape some of these regional fights and like actually get a legitimate read because there's gonna be like on this Cage Warriors card there might be freaking 21 fights and some of these fighters that only have one fight of tape and you have no idea what's gonna happen.
I don't mind it. Back in the day, it was fun. I loved taping regionals. I was making the most money, but I've identified why I'm not making as much money these days. It's because I'm spending too much time on regionals, and I've neglected UFC, which is what got me to full-time gambling. So it's good to it's different now. Now you got 4 regional shows at the same time as UFC, and you try cram it. Back in the day when there was no UFC, there was a Cage Warriors, so it was all week focusing on the Cage Warriors card. So you had amazing reads. It's different now, so that's definitely going to be focusing on UFC, and some of these bums will get my time, and I'll use you guys in the Discord. Post your favorite bets. I'll just piggyback and steal them, tape them, say why they shit, and yeah, go on from there. All right, let's get out of here.
That's normally what you do.
Yeah, but you guys just keep giving me red crosses in the favorite bets of the week. It'd be good if there was some winning ones. I would love to just tail you guys blindly, but it feels like I would wipe out half my bankroll looking at these favorite bets of the week right now. Not a good endorsement for the Big Brain MMA Discord, right? Master businessman right here. Sign up, by the way. Only $50 a month. For losing favorite bets of the week. No, it's 50 Australian dollars, but $30. All right. Nick Rodriguez, I got killed this card. Yeah, it was a rough card, man. If I just left under 1.5 on Garcia, I would have been happy with that. Alrighty, Dog, should we get out of here? Anything to plug?
No. Oh, wait. I have the show on, I guess it's tomorrow, Monday, with Lou Betya on the Way Past That channel, where we break down the fights and the factors that are going to impact them.
Yeah, it was an interesting one, that one. I watched it. It's interesting scenarios. That's not the word, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, watch that show. It's pretty good. Lou's great. Touch of fresh air, All right. Like and subscribe. Leave your comments. Peace out.